Good afternoon. Welcome to the afternoon experiment. My name is Emanuel Livingston. I'm with you. I'm not sure today, not as 100% sure how long I'm with you, but I am with you for a little bit. Yeah, I got some stuff that I had to do, and it's got to be done today. I've been putting it off, trying to figure it out. And a lot of people, one or two people may. Well, y'all can understand. It's not like I'm going to be speaking some foreign language. I have a order to fill, and it is a 8-color design, front, back. But I only have a 6-color press, and it's on black, which means I had to underbase it. So basically, I need 9 colors out of a 6-color press. And I've been fighting with it, trying to figure out how to do it, how to make it work. I figured it out, and I need to get it done today. So I'm going to do this, but I'm a little preoccupied. I think I figured it out, I should say. I'm fairly certain that I have figured it out in theory. I figured it out in theory. In terms of actually doing it, it's gonna give me problems. I know it is. So if I'm a little preoccupied, I'm trying to anticipate the problems that I'm gonna experience when I say bye to y'all. So please forgive me. I hope everybody's day is going good. My day is going pretty good. You know how we do the show. You say hello to me. Tell me where you're checking out the show from. I say, whoa. Wait a minute. Who was that? Oh. And probably tomorrow, Tanika, I'm going to reach out to you. And I might be able to do it tonight. I'll get the design and get all the specifications and everything, and then I'll make sure that I take care of you as well. I won't be able to take care of you tonight, but I might be able to reach out to you tonight, and I might be able to hook you up tomorrow. So we'll see. We'll figure it out. But yeah, that's what I'll be doing. So anyway, you say hello to me. You tell me where you're checking us out from. I'll say hello to you, and then we'll move on. Got a couple things that I want to discuss after we do all the hellos. But you know, the part that I want to discuss is not going to be as good as the hellos. Sorry, it's just not. Marie Smith, representing North College Hill. Good afternoon, Marie Smith. DeAndre Crosby says first, and he is indeed first today. On Facebook, that is. Good afternoon, DeAndre Crosby. Shannon C. says, hey, King. Hey, Shannon. Appreciate you. Dina Johnson says, good afternoon, King and fam. Checking in from Walnut Hills. See, she being an angel and classy all at the same time. See, Tria? See? Dina, good afternoon. Thank you for checking us out. And 1, 2, 3, 4, rounding out the top 5. Andrea Bustle, representing downtown. Good afternoon. Thank you guys for, kind of keeping your eyes open for me. I appreciate y'all. And I appreciate everybody else too. Ben says top 5. Missed it by that much. Literally on my screen, it's that much space between you and top 5. Ben Thomas, good afternoon. Dwayne Larkin in the house, representing Mount Airy, good afternoon. Ben, by the way, says he's representing Northeastern Blue Ash. Lonzo Clark, good afternoon, representing Kroger's in Norwood, because you got to put all the S's on it. Thank you, Lonzo Clark, for checking us out. Veronica Burdine, good afternoon, representing College Hill. Thank you for checking us out as well. Got Sierra Brooks in the house, representing Cambridge, Massachusetts. Good afternoon. Let me guess, you in the gym on the treadmill or some bullshit like that so that you can make us fat people feel bad. Yeah, uh-huh. And y'all know I don't cuss, but sometimes when it's absolutely necessary, then I have to say it. And it was absolutely necessary there. Regina Denson Griffin representing Madisonville. Good afternoon. Jacqueline Carter, our own Wonder Woman in the house, representing Evanston. Good afternoon, Wonder Woman. Terry Anderson representing downtown. All right, downtown in the house. Thank you for checking us out. My favorite, Janice Robertson in the house, that she is representing her house. That's reasonable. That is reasonable. She represents her house. Thank you. Jacqueline said I need one of those sweatshirts. Y'all know I know I dropped the ball on the sweatshirts. I know I dropped the ball on the sweatshirts. And I guess it's not too late. I guess it's not too late. I don't want to make a promise because I know, but last week I had said by Wednesday I would figure something out. But then this order came in and it's been really, I've been vexed by it. That and, I've been watching the little baby. She'll be over again tonight and tomorrow. She was here last night. She'll be here tonight and tomorrow. I have to kick that little baby out of my house. No, I wouldn't do that at all. But okay, we gonna talk about the sweatshirts. We gonna talk about the sweatshirts. Tanika in the house, representing beautiful Orlando, Florida. Good afternoon. Shirley Ellis Howe in the house, representing Westchester. Good afternoon, Shirley. Good afternoon. Got David Martin representing Hebron. Good afternoon, David. Thank you for checking us out. Carolyn Smith in the house. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Thank you for checking us out. DeAndre Crosby, he says, OLA, E-Man. OLA to you as well. Good afternoon. Thank you for checking out the show. Tria Gaines in the house this afternoon. King and friends with a heart. And Avondale. She's representing Avondale. Classy. Did you see we got somebody else just joining in on the classy, respectable hellos? And she's a whole angel. So tell you got to do a seminar. John Mays says, hey, from Cleveland Clinic, Mellon Center for MS and Research. All right. Well, John, thank you for checking out the show. Appreciate you. Lewis Talbert, good afternoon. Appreciate you. Brenda Burt, she says, good afternoon, all. Good afternoon to you, Brenda. Good afternoon. LaDonna Howard in the house representing East Price Hill. Good afternoon, LaDonna. Good afternoon. Who was that you, LaDonna, earlier today? No, I don't think that was LaDonna. That was it Jeannie? Somebody was talking to me about wearing their CPAP. I don't think it was LaDonna. I think it was Jeannie, but I'm not 100% sure. Because again, I've been dealing with a lot of stuff. But yeah, we'll talk about the CPAP in a minute. But LaDonna, good afternoon, representing East Price Hill. KJM for life. Ken representing Cincinnati, living in Virginia. You represent Virginia. You're from Cincinnati. Let's see. Dina says yes, thank you. Mike Ballard representing Woodlawn. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Y'all see how far behind I am on the messages? I'm trying to catch up. Let me go fast. Well, if I can read fast, y'all know I'm not that skilled at reading. Mike Ballard Sr. representing Woodlawn. Good afternoon, Mike. I appreciate you checking us out. Jason Dockery. Good afternoon. Thank you for checking us out. Let me see. Jason, by the way, says he's representing Mason. Let me see. Too Broke. Say what up, fam. All right, what up? I hope you're not too broke for too long. Nat Turner, representing Walnut Hills. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. April Chanel says, love your hoodie, E-Man. Thank you. We did these last year. I'm proud of these hoodies, not because I made them, even though I did. I'm proud of these hoodies because these hoodies put, what was it, $1,000 into the hands of a black um, Black breast cancer organization. So every time I wear, one of these hoodies, the pink one or the white one, I am so proud of what it stands for. And it's because of you guys that we were able to do that and put that money in the hands of that organization. So when y'all bring it up, I just keep wanting to say thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. And don't forget, ladies, check on the girls. Make sure the girls is okay. Fellas, just check your chest. You know what I'm saying? Make sure your chest is okay. Because fellas, you get breast cancer as well. So just check, and make sure everything is okay. But thank you, April. Thank you. Nate says, I'm here checking in from Toledo. All right, Toledo in the house. Let me see. Fame says he's repping Beavis and I always want to say Butthead when you do that. And Gross Beezy. And his name is Ed. So okay. Let me see. Carolyn says, what kid doesn't like PB&J sandwiches? My grandson. And that little baby. That little baby do not like peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. I be like, what is wrong with you? But give her some noodles and she is happy as she can be. And I'll be fighting her on that. You're going to eat some food and some vegetables. Can I just have noodles? No. And I found out, I'm taking all these detours, I'm sorry. I found out last night that her mama won't give her noodles. Her daddy won't give her noodles. I'm the only one she been suckering out of noodles. But that little baby love her some ramen noodles. David Herring in the house, representing Montgomery County. I appreciate you. Fame says that was Mulholland with the CPAP. Okay. Steban Speed representing Westwood. Good afternoon. Thank you for checking us out. April is having a conversation with her people about getting a hoodie. Again, we'll talk about them. Let me see. James Benter says, King of Talk. Holla to you too. Wonder Woman want to know, can I buy a sweatshirt? Okay, we'll talk about it. We will, I promise. Pamela Kinney in the house. Good afternoon, representing North Avondale. Good afternoon. Thank you for checking us out. E-flat Petty. Is that Eb? I know it ain't no E-flat. When I see E small b, I think E-flat. That is not your name. Your name is not E-flat. It's Eb, I'm guessing. But I can't help but calling you E-flat. So E-flat is out there representing Anderson. Good afternoon. Thank you for checking us out. Ron D says, F all that. Nice S. Hi, Ian. What is wrong with you, Ron? What's wrong with you? Good afternoon, Ron. I appreciate you checking us out. Let me see. We talked to Carolyn. We talked to Jacqueline says, I use a CPAP, not a mask though, just nasal pillows. I couldn't stand those nasal pillows. I couldn't stand them. When I tried them, I was like, no, give me a mask. But if it works for you, it works for you. Let me see. There's been a yellow bus parked across the street from my house for the last 40 minutes. I wonder if the driver is lost. Maybe, and that's probably the best thing to do is just pull over. Yo, Underwood. Good afternoon, everyone. Not sure what time it is, but it's dark in this basement. Checking in from Brenda Early's basement. All right. Appreciate you. Jeanette Stevens, representing Zone 15. Thank you for checking us out. I appreciate you. Jerica Van, or Vaughn, I'm not sure which. She says, Ola me familia with a heart. Ola to you too. Did I get it right that time? Ola? Um, Carolyn Smith. I think I said hello to Carolyn Smith, but either way. LaDonna says, I hate PB&J. Also, never have. I'm guessing never have liked them. Mary says, howdy, King, and all the beautiful people. She's representing White Oak. Howdy to you too. Thank you for checking us out. Pamela says, those noodles have way too much sodium for children. Stop it. Stop it. Children, too much sodium. I mean, it might not be healthy. You know what I'm saying? But a whole lot of this stuff out here ain't necessarily healthy for them. And little kids, they process stuff up pretty quickly. I don't even know if that's a real thing, but hey, it is what it is. Stephanie Hyde, good afternoon. She's representing Roselawn. Thank you for checking us out. I appreciate you. Janet says, my great-grandson also loves ramen noodles. I don't know why they like them so much, but she do. She love them. Nat says, I talked to a friend who drives buses, and she said the permanent bus driver was let go because she was dropping the kids off at the wrong spot. The substitute driver actually dropped them off at the correct spot, but they were confused because they had never been dropped off there before. Okay. I don't know who that person was, though. That could have been anybody saying anything. You never really know. But thank you for the update. Let's see. Tiara Powell says, hey, y'all. Tiara, it was nice to meet you, face to face and in person. Tiara seems like a really nice young lady. I mean, you have to be. She was one of the friends of the week. So, yeah, she seems like a really nice young lady. And I enjoyed her giving me a hard time. So it was good to meet you, Tiara. And good afternoon, by the way. Thank you for checking us out. Even though I know for you, that means you'll be here like 2.5 minutes. April says CPAP equals best sleep ever. It really does. It really does. Nate says, y'all see Corey Bowman wasn't paying sales taxes for his little coffee business, and the state tax department garnished several bank accounts. Okay. That's unfortunate. That's unfortunate. Well, now you know. Tony Revels. Tony, he said, what up? What up, Tony? Karen Dye Williams in the house. She's representing Westwood. Hey, Karen. Thank you for checking us out. Appreciate you. Those noodles are not real pasta. It's plastic. It is not plastic. And it's funny. I just watched a little piece on how they make those. I mean, it ain't nothing but, flour, water, and I think really just flour, salt, and water. That's it. That's all the noodle is. It's flour, salt, and water. But it ain't plastic. Come on, Mary. Stephanie Hyde. Oh, she's saying what's up to Dina. I already said hello to Carolyn. E flat. I think the chief is cooked. She under agreement to lose her job without cause. I don't know if it's without cause. Her attorneys say that it's without cause. They're saying, hey, she's suspended and we are investigating. And I know that sounds crazy, but that actually sounds a little reasonable to me. Now, look, at least I don't think I'm stupid. I understand that it's all political. No matter what AFTAB says, it's political. This is because election season and, perception and all of that kind of stuff. It is. But it doesn't seem unreasonable to, let's say you have an employee who you're not happy with something that they have done. Let's say you have a credible accusation of something that they've done. You don't want to tell everybody. So you do what? What's the reasonable thing that a lot of companies do? We're going to suspend you. In this case, with pay while we investigate. Now, whatever the accusation is, look, whatever it is, it don't look bad. We're going to let you resign if you want to, but if not, we're just going to suspend you with pay, and investigate. That sounds reasonable to me. That don't sound like somebody who really getting treated bad. Now, if they come back and say, okay, we don't really have nothing, but we still gonna fire you, then you might have something there. But the investigation may present cause. But just because her lawyer says they don't have cause, don't mean we all jump on it and say, hey, they don't have cause. That's just what he said. He may be telling the truth, or he may just not be privy to the information. I'm a big proponent of don't just accept somebody's word for it just because they said it. Even if it's me. Don't just accept, well, that's different because y'all know I always tell the truth. But if anybody other than me, you don't just accept their word just because they said it. Myosha, which, good afternoon, by the way. Thank you for checking us out. Said, I have never had ramen in my life. It just looks weird to me. I had it. It ain't that bad. It's not delicious. It's not like a wholesome meal, but it ain't that bad. And I'm not going to make no rich jokes. None. Because I don't want you to boycott me no more. Ron D says, where's AP? I don't know. I don't know where he is. I know, he went through the thing. He's probably still going through that. When you lose your mama, you know what I'm saying? You might not be in the mood for talk shows and jokes or, news or any of that kind of stuff. And ain't no time limit. Like, man, it's been a month. You should be over that by now. Like, nah, it don't work like that. So, just still keep Mr. Prosser and him and his family in your thoughts and your prayers. Let's see. E Flat says, I noticed non-blacks have been more rude at the store. Okay, not 100% sure what that means. Rachel Russo says, hi, everybody. Praying for us in this craziness. All right. Thank you for checking out the show. Tierra says, I did not give you a hard time. That was me being nice. Plus, we was in church. That was you being nice? How in the hell did you win Friend of the Week if that's you being nice? It was nice to meet you. Let's see. Let me see. Hold on. I'm trying to get through so that I can get to my one or two things. Samuel Campbell Jr. representing Sycamore Township. Good afternoon. Mary says you can make pasta from flour and water too. I'm just saying. Yes. You can. LaDonna says the salt pack will kill you. That's all y'all high blood pressure, people. I don't know. Like, I'm happy that I don't have high blood pressure. I'm very happy about that. I don't know what is going on because it's not all diet. I mean, some of that stuff is genetic, but I'm blessed to not have high blood pressure. That is a blessing, and I'm very happy about it. But yeah, if y'all running around out there with all that high blood pressure and all that kind of stuff, that salt might kill you. Fame says, the other day on this show, I was viciously attacked by the beautiful Jerika. I don't care how cute she is. I want my lick back on today's show. Jerika get all the play. All of your brothers on the show want them some Jerika. Princess Flower, good afternoon. Says she driving around beautiful Cincinnati working. All right. Jeannie Mulholland says, good afternoon, Emanuel and everyone. See, that's how you do it. That's how you do it. You say Emanuel first. Let me see. I'm trying to blaze through a lot of these comments, so I'm skipping over a lot of comments. Jerika says, ramen is amazing. I survived my college years off of ramen noodles. All right. Twin in the house. He says, nice hoodie, drama king. Hey, at least you recognize my kingship. It don't matter. You can mess up what I'm the king of. Acknowledging my kingship, I will always appreciate that. Good afternoon, twin joiner. Vernon Jordan in the house. He didn't say good afternoon, but good afternoon. Is this it? No. Candy D representing Coleraine Township. Good afternoon, Candy D. Batman, Danny B. Dozier representing Westwood. Good afternoon. Valisa Lovett representing Blue Ash. Good afternoon. Let me see. I am trying to scroll through quickly. I think I got everybody. Edward Bentley. Edward says, what's up? What's up, Edward? What's up? Appreciate you checking us out. Lewis C.K. Johnson says, excellent podcast commentary from the King of Talk, Livingston. I haven't given any commentary yet. All I've really said is hello so far. But, hey, I appreciate you checking us out. Appreciate you being here. Brenda Early, representing Fairfield. Good afternoon. Stephanie says, yes, you are blessed. Stress causes high blood pressure, and that will kill you quicker than anything. Congratulations. That is great. Yeah, every time I go to the doctor, that's one of the first things they do. They check your weight. They're always disappointed. And then they check your high blood or check your blood pressure. And they're always like, your blood pressure is excellent. And then they give me my numbers. I don't know what good is. I don't know what bad is. All I know is my blood pressure good as hell. So, they tell me that all the time. Literally every time I go to the doctor, because it's very rarely ever the same, the same nurse or whatever, those people initially who do that. It's very rarely ever the same person. I don't know why. But they're always shocked that I don't have high blood pressure and that whatever, I guess, is ideal, I guess I'm ideal or, what. But they're just always like, your blood pressure is amazing. It's whatever over whatever. And I'd be like, thank you. I appreciate that. You want me to sign, the little cuff or something like that? So, yeah. I think that's it. I'm trying to scroll through, see if I got everybody. Ronnie Brunson says Springfield Township in the house. All right. I find it suspicious about this gambling bust in the NBA, and everyone happens to be black. I heard about that, but I didn't read the story. If you feel so inclined, call in and fill us in. Okay, that's it. Stephanie says, did your mom or dad have high blood pressure? It's usually hereditary. I don't think either of them had high blood pressure. Growing up, we didn't sit around and talk about blood pressure or nothing like that. And neither of them really had, up until the end, had like health problems. Mom, breast cancer, and that's not a high blood pressure thing. Dad was 80. How old was Dad? 85, 87? Somewhere in there when he had a stroke. Um, but yeah, no, I don't think either of them suffer from high blood pressure. Fake Dave Stinger says, if you are the king, what are we? Subjects. Some loyal, some not so loyal subjects. Um, but very loved. All of you are loved subjects. Hold on, let me see. Kim Brandy says, good afternoon. Good afternoon. And Lewis C.K. Johnson says he's texting from the Clifton area. All right, so that's that. Enough of that. And with all of that said, I forgot what the first thing that I wanted to discuss. I forgot exactly. Stony Romeo, he says, "Hey, I want to know what the hell's really going on down there at City Hall. A lot of them folks don't deserve to be voted back in, and message me because just doing the most, and some of them down there just going alone to get along. So explain that to me tomorrow when you get on making my show because it's mess in this city." Okay, I'm gonna do my best to interpret that what you're asking is what's going on down at City Hall. You're saying some people are going along to get along, are going along to get along, and I think that's pretty much it. So you want me to explain it to you tomorrow? Okay. But I can tell you right now, I'm not sure exactly what you're talking about. That's the best I got for right now. Sorry. What do I think about the NBA gambling scandal? I'm not 100% certain because, again, I just saw, I heard somebody say it, and then I saw something, but I didn't actually go through the story. I believe pro sports are rigged. I believe just in general, pro sports are rigged. I think, officials, refs, and umpires and all of that kind of stuff just do what they're told to do. Make sure this team wins and make sure that team loses. Make sure that they only win by this many points or they only win by that many points or, whatever the case may be. I think the whole thing is fixed. I don't believe that, even though I already believe it's fixed, I don't believe that pro athletes should be gambling on the sport that they're a part of. But again, I don't know the details of the so-called crackdown, and I don't trust it because I saw Cash Patel getting ready to talk about it. And you can say what you want to say. I don't trust this administration. I don't trust the Department of Justice right now. I don't trust anything that they're doing or anything that they're saying. And even if, on the off chance, they might actually, be doing some stuff that's above board, that makes sense, that's reasonable, that's legal. I don't trust them because of the rat at the top. And I don't trust the rat at the top. So I think corruption also trickles down. So I don't know the details is the answer. I'll look into it. I mean, I'll read the stories and I'm not going to be some investigator trying to get to the bottom. But I'll read the story and, watch whatever it is that's out there for public consumption and everything. But I think it's all corrupt. I think pro sports are corrupt as heck. So that's that. Why you not supporting the judge voicing his opinion about Charlie? What? where did you come to the conclusion that I don't support him? I mean, I haven't said anything about it. Maybe that's why you figure I don't support it, but I just haven't talked about it because, again, I'm not 100% sure. I don't have all of the details of that either. Um, I, 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 I can't quote you what was said, but I, I can see the side where you would say it's inappropriate for, a judge to say that. But why? He, to my knowledge, Charlie Kirk doesn't have a case before him. He can say what he want to say. He can say what he want to say. It might not have been the most prudent thing to say, because it's going to draw attention to you. But, having some sort of sanctions or anything like that, that's not reasonable. Not in my opinion. Not in my opinion. How do I even adapt to society? What? What does that mean? Twin, that's from Twin. He wants to know, how do I adapt to society? I don't know what that means. He says, how do you know? How you don't even watch sports? Now, y'all know I like to read and respond to comments that are like anti me and anti whatever I said. But the comments should make sense. Like, if you want to say something, like it should make some sense. Try to make sense. Can you, just for today, Twin, can you try to make sense? I don't know that I'm going to respond to your comments unless I can at least make some sense of them. Okay? So when you start making sense, I'll start responding to your comments. How about that? Vernon says, I don't think this was sports gambling. From my understanding, it was a poker game where they were cheating some of the other poker players. See, now I saw that. I'm not sure. And again, I'm saying I'm not sure. I know that was what, why can't I think of his name? Gilbert Arenas was kind of caught up in that. But I think this is something different, but it might be an offshoot of the same thing. It might be an offshoot of the same thing. He says they were using various types of technology to count the cards. They were wearing special contact lenses and glasses. It was very sophisticated, but it was poker and not sports betting. Okay. I remember when Gilbert Arenas got caught up in something like that, and some of the games was happening at some houses that he was renting and all of that kind of stuff, and he was saying I didn't have nothing to do with it just because they did it at a house that I rented or whatever. So maybe this is an offshoot. Like I said, I don't have the details. I just saw a clip, heard about it, saw a clip of Kash Patel getting ready to get up and speak, and that was the extent of my knowledge of it. But I mean, I still stand by. I believe professional sports are corrupt and, almost as fake as WWE. So, okay. Let me see. Okay, now this one seems to make sense. He says, meaning, this is Twin. Meaning, do you know anything? You always say, I don't know. What do you really know? So I'm one of these people, and this just makes sense to me. If you come out of the blue and ask me about something, and I don't know about it, I'm probably just going to say, I don't know. I'm going to tell you the extent to which I know, so that if I share any opinion, you understand that it is only, this deep. Like it's not, I don't have a lot of knowledge on the subject. And so I don't see where there's anything wrong with when you don't know something, just say, I don't know. I mean, I guess I could make up a story where I was involved in an NBA betting ring back in the day, but it wasn't really me. It was my cousin and them, and they invited me to an illegal NBA betting ring, and I played some bets, with my twin, but then the feds came busting in, and we jumped out the window, and we ran, and we got away. But my cousin, Tank, he got caught up and then he told me all about it. I guess I could make up a story, but it just seems reasonable to me to say, I'm not all that familiar with that story yet. I'll look into it. That's the way, kind of I was raised. If you don't know something, say, I don't know. And that sounds weird. Sounds weird. Twin talking about call the bishop. Why would I call that dude? That's not what I don't do. That's not what I do here. Just call random friends of yours. Why would I do that? He says that's my way of belittling Twin. No, me saying I don't know something is not an attempt to belittle Twin. Oh, did he finally? Nat says, y'all see, I'm not saying all that other stuff. Stephen A. apologized to Jasmine Crockett. I did not see him apologize. I saw what he said about Jasmine Crockett. And I don't care for Stephen A. anyway, because I don't like the Stephen A. character. Because I always feel, when I watch him and listen to him talk, I always feel like he's playing a character. Like he's not just a guy talking, he's playing a character. And I don't like the character. So I find it like, even when they do, when they were hosting games, NBA games, I usually watch the halftime. But if it's him, I don't watch. I watch something else because I can't take the character. But I did see where, he bashed Jasmine Crockett and all that kind of stuff. And I saw that there was some pushback against him. And I was 100% for that. And because I'm not 100% sure what it is that he's trying to do. I'm not sure what he's trying to do. I don't know if he's trying to set himself up to, become a political commentator, which I guess is kind of what he's trying to do, if he thinks he's going to run for office or whatever. But one of the quickest ways to make it in the conservative, if you're a black conservative, one of the quickest ways to make it is to just bash black people. Just bash black people. Talk bad about black people. Call black people stupid. Call black people ghetto. Call black people broke. Call black people this. Bash black people. And you can blow up in the conservative area if you're black. I guess because they feel like you can say whatever and it's not racist because you black saying it. So they can't even say it's racist. And they're like, good, great. We love this guy. And I feel like that's kind of what he's trying to do. I mean, I've seen that where he's on with Hannity and, he's doing town halls where they're talking politics and policy and, he's on panels and all of that kind of stuff. I see that, but yeah. So I was down with people just like, man, cancel this dude. And then, he came and doubled down. Like, he don't care. He don't care. They not going to silence me. I'm not going to back off of what I said. But you're saying that he did apologize, Nat. Good. Because he should have. Stephanie says they were also gambling on the games played. It was also sports betting. See, that's why, like I said, I don't know. Because you got one person say, no, it wasn't sports betting, it was just poker. And then you have somebody else saying, no, they was betting on games too. I have to look into it. I don't know the details. I saw Cash Patel and I said, yeah, this is some BS. Ben says, stop. WWE is a steroid circus. Yeah, so is a lot of these major sports. I don't know, you really don't believe that they're taking steroids in baseball and in football and in basketball. You really don't believe that? Some of y'all gullible. Some of y'all are gullible. Jamil Hill, Shannon C says, Jamil Hill said the story is huge. I don't know the details either. Yeah. Um, Ron says, don't be a bully. How am I being a bully if I said I don't know something? Stevan Speed says, where are the Epstein files? I don't know. I don't know. Have you all seen The Perfect Neighbor on Netflix? It would make you mad, sad, and highly pissed. I watched it, and it was disturbing. It's the story. Y'all remember the story a few years ago where, uh, the lady was, went to the neighbor's house and, because the neighbor was messing with her kids and the neighbor shot her through the door, killing her. That's what The Perfect Neighbor is. It's about. It's on Netflix. It's more of a documentary, but it's an interesting documentary because to some degree they only use like body camera footage or police footage. They wasn't people doing sit down interviews on camera to talk about it. It was just footage of everything, not everything, but of a lot of things that led up to that terrible tragedy. And I remember when that happened, like I was, at the radio station. I believe I was at the radio station when it happened because I remember having conversations where people were like, well, it was her fault. You don't go banging on somebody's door. And, some people were basically saying she deserved it. But, watching that, I wonder if people have changed, those people who had that position have changed their mind if they watched that documentary. Is this Fame?
Yeah, that's all. How you doing?
All right, because again, it came up as anonymous.
Yeah,
Um,
it should.
it shouldn't, but I'm doing fine. How are you?
I'm pleasant per usual. Um, just wanted to talk about a couple of things y'all rapping about. Um, some people are out here talking about Stephen A. Smith, this and that. Like, I don't get it. He deserves your respect.
Why?
There's only four sports broadcasters in the history of sports that matter. He's one of them.
Well, he may matter to you. He doesn't
No, he
matter to
matters in
me.
the
I
grand
don't
scheme
like
of
the
things.
character. I don't like all the hollering and the screaming and all of that kind of stuff that he does unprovoked. And that's what I mean by the character. I don't care for it. And then, he's basically trying to turn into kind of, I don't want to use any derogatory terms. I want to use derogatory terms, but I'm not going to. But he's trying to dabble in the conservative uh, commentator arena, and he gonna get
It's been
himself
like
in
that for
trouble.
years. It's been like that for years. Stay off the weed. Remember he was saying that years
I
ago?
no, I don't.
All
Um,
these athletes getting jacked up and failing drug tests for weed. He was like, stay off the weed.
yeah, I don't know that that's a conservative position, but to attack black political leaders openly and viciously for no reason is
Well,
maybe going a little far.
well, him getting into politics, you got to blame Donald Trump. That shows that you don't really need any real serious political acumen. You just, basically like what's it called? Social media. You just need followers. You just need followers to join politics. But as far as sports broadcasting, there's Howard Cosell, there's Chris Berman, there's Stephen A. Smith, and then there's probably George Michael. There's only four that really matter: George Michael or Dan Patrick. There's not a whole lot that really matter.
Well, you already
Stephen A.
named
Smith.
more than four, and I would say
Well, I named five.
that's what I said. And I would say you got to put John Madden in there.
No, because he's more known for his video games instead of being a sport broadcaster. Why he got the thing, but again, he wasn't a broadcaster. He was just a TV guy, television play-by-play guy.
That's a
I'm
broadcaster.
talking about. Well, okay, you're right, but I'm talking about guys who just talk sports on TV all day.
Okay,
There was him,
I hear you.
Chris Berman, and Howard Cosell. Stephen A. Smith, that urban. You talk about you don't like his character.
Yes.
That urban sesquipedalian thing he's got, marvelous. How he pulls that off. Talk the King's English with these big words, but with an urban diction to it. That's hard to pull off. You don't know anybody who could pull it off.
Well, I mean, that might be
still
impressive to you and to the people that he's trying to impress. I'm not impressed by him, but that's just
You're
me.
impressed by Ken Anderson. That's who you find impressive
Who?
as a broadcaster. Ken Anderson,
What are you talking about?
the dude who called Lincoln. Every show like we want to represent the God of Abraham.
I know you saying that to be funny.
You understand me?
Yeah, no one's impressed with Ken Anderson.
Or or the Music Man. What's his name? Do the damn R&B challenges, corny ass R&B challenges every time he go on the show.
He's my favorite.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. But anyway, listen. I saw the neighbor next door, or the perfect neighbor.
Uh-huh.
And yeah, it's triggering. It's upsetting and everything. But at the same time, part of me was like, at some point, tell your kids, it's like, just stay away from that lady's house. Just don't even go that way.
Well, now you know what? I won't say I thought that, but what I did think was, I thought, look, if this lady, and I don't understand, people don't think strategically sometimes. If this lady is hell-bent on creating a situation to get you and your kids in some sort of trouble, every time y'all go outside and play, somebody got a camera. Because y'all gonna be able to have video evidence that you did not do what this lady said you did. And every time she poke her head out the door and start yelling, she ain't gonna be able to call the police, because the police gonna already be on the way, because we call as soon as you poke your head out the door, and we're trying to get you brought up on some charges for harassment. You know what I'm saying? You can't just let somebody over and over try to, put you in a trick bag. Sometimes you got to pull out your own trick bag and be like, nah, bitch, get in. Because no.
No, that's a great point, Emanuel, because if I remember right, during the police interrogation, they asked her that, like, will anybody have any video of you calling people the N-word, things like that?
Right.
So I was like, yeah, I was thinking, I swear I was thinking that, like, just I wasn't thinking the video on it or whatnot, but yeah, I was more thinking like, just stay away from that lady's house. Yeah, we got to go find somewhere else to play. It's not worth the trouble. These are small kids, and like, I guess but I like how the Reverend told him, like, hey, don't feel guilty or nothing. Just because you left your laptop or iPad or whatever. Your mama was riding for you. She's supposed to do that. Whatever. That. However he said it at the funeral. But yeah, I just didn't really. I wasn't. I was just. I think that was the part that hurt me the most. It was just like, at some point, tell your kids stay out from that side of the complex or whatever that situation was.
Yeah, I understand what you're saying. I would have never done that. Um, I just wouldn't have. They wasn't on her property. So I would have never done that. I would have never. Y'all got permission to be where y'all are. I would have just had to deal with her. But I
Mm.
understand, sometimes you just like, man, just to keep confusion down. I know you don't have to do this, but let's just do
There you
this.
go. You don't have that. There you go. You don't have to, but sometimes it might save your life. It's just because what you don't have to do, they don't have to abide by it all the time, or they won't. But I digress. And as far as the sports betting situation, this scandal, um, these guys were in with the mob. These black athletes got linked up with mobsters.
Hmm.
La Costa Nostra is what the story is reporting.
Okay.
Because some of the people arrested were actual, people from La Costa Nostra.
Hmm.
Anytime you tangle up with them, it's just never gonna come out good for you. So why bother? These guys did their own self sin. If you look at the videos of some of the stuff that the one guy was doing, Rozier, it's like I'm looking at the videos of these plays he was making, and it's just atrocious. It's like you ain't even trying to play ball for real. You doing it like this is such a tank job by you. It's so obvious. These bad passes, these bad shots. He should be ashamed of himself. He's going to jail for a long time. But the thing is, apparently LeBron James might be involved
I wouldn't be
because
surprised.
according to Gilbert Arenas, him, Damon Jones, and Gilbert, Damon Jones, and whatnot, and several others, they would hang out at LeBron's house gambling. Like LeBron's crib was the spot. So like this is kind of deep, this whole situation. Shame on these guys for being this stupid because a prop is what they saying is what a prop is you're selecting an individual player to do a specific act, a player prop. So a specific act. He's gonna make X amount of threes. He's gonna get X amount of steals. He's gonna get X amount of points, X amount of rebounds, X amount of touchdown passes. Depending on the sport. And two players, they don't understand how sports betting works because, like the baseball player, the Cleveland Indians pitcher, the bet was the suspicious bet that got him jammed up was his second pitch of whatever inning it was, second inning, third inning, would be a ball. He throws the ball damn near in the dirt, and then all his money comes in on it before he throws the pitch, and it's like that's so obvious. The influx of money on this one event that you are saying won't happen. That's the obvious one. And it's like, why do people? How you could follow yourself into that, let yourself fall into that as an athlete? It's kind of disturbing that you're that dumb to not realize like this is very traceable.
Well,
You're pulling yourself out of a game in 9 minutes, but all of a sudden, before the game starts, $200,000 is bet on you. Like you're a dumbass. You asked to get arrested.
wait, you're shocked that athletes are dumb?
Actually, I'm not.
Okay.
I'm not shocked at all. I just thought they had more wherewithal and common sense. I mean, I understand they might can't read the preamble to the Constitution, but damn, you should know that when you are throwing errant passes and throwing pitches at the dirt, and all of a sudden, and there's a lot of money on you to do this. Like there's going to be some questions. You understand what I say?
I understand what you're saying. Again, I'm not familiar with the story. I just heard that there was a story and saw the very beginning of a press conference, and that's the degree to which my knowledge on the subject lives. I don't know, so I don't have any commentary to bring to it. But it's interesting to listen to.
And that's why I always refer to it as anybody who knows me or listens or heard my podcast, anything. I've never called it sports betting. I've called it sports investing. because you invest on a team or players. When you're betting, you're jumping around the board, really gambling. But when you invest your time and your resources in your research on certain players and teams, just 3 or 4 for that sport, you don't have this problem. That's why I always tell people, follow me. I'm going to keep you. Sports betting has always been rigged. I mean, that's how I got my name, Rothstein, from the Arnold Rothstein guy who rigged the World Series in 1919. It's always been rigged.
Yeah.
Players have always been on the take. Get a little extra money out of it. Me, as a sports investing advisor, I keep you away from those games.
Well, I think they're all those games.
No, not all of them. Not all of them.
I think
you got to be a real live asshole to rig the Army versus Navy game.
Okay, and you don't think that happens?
Different kind of jerk offs. Say what?
You don't think that happens?
No.
Okay.
No, nobody, no, because nobody likes to really bet against those kids when they're playing against each other. There's certain protocol and just what's the word I'm looking for? Just certain protocol and just I'm sorry, I can't think of the word right now, but it's just certain things you don't do in sports betting. You've never bet against the military kids. You don't bet against the, and even on a broader spectrum of sports betting, you never take the under anyway. That's why those guys were doing that. Because you're not supposed to take the under. You get somebody to, you're asking somebody to not do their job. That's hater shit.
Okay, I don't bet, so I don't, all the.
I mean, if you need a couple dollars, holler at me. You know how to get in touch with me.
I don't do that.
Oh, I mean, you don't want to. But you don't know how. I can get you right.
Yeah, no, I don't want to.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm good.
Go ahead, I'm sorry.
Because I would be really mad watching the game if I got money, based on the outcome of this game, and I'm seeing refs make phantom calls and miss calls on one team and call them on another team, and all that. It would take the enjoyment out of watching the sport to me. That's why I can watch it and enjoy it, because the only thing I have invested in is I'm rooting for one team over the other. That's it. Otherwise,
you were fired from the Buzz.
What was that?
You were fired from the Buzz. They didn't take your enjoyment from broadcasting.
How are you putting those two together?
I mean, okay, so you lose a couple of dollars? You lost a couple of dollars from the Buzz.
I don't bet on the Buzz.
Yeah, but you betted that you was going be okay on your on not taking the jab,
and I am,
and you are.
Yeah.
But some financial difficulties have come up.
If you want to call it that.
Okay, let's say struggles. Worries.
I'll say things ain't as smooth as they was 2 months ago. But
exactly.
I mean, I do still have sources of income, even though I don't have a job. But I still have sources of income, so I'm all right.
You had to go back to school when all you had to do was listen to my podcast. I could pay for your schooling right now with one bet.
I don't know about that.
You understand me? But hey, and to that lady that went off on me on the other day, I'll deal with you another day. I ain't gonna say your name. One of them little blazing things. I ain't gonna say her name, but yeah, she shitted on me the other day, talking about somebody be going hard at women's, and that's not true at all.
A lot of women say that, Fame. Why would they say that if it wasn't true?
Because I don't worship them. To me, he's just a regular person. I ain't about to worship your ass.
That's true.
I worship my woman, but that's it.
You got a woman?
The rest of y'all, if you're just a regular person, I mean, it don't take much to impress me, but just saying, oh, I'm a black woman, that means nothing to me.
Hold on, you got a woman?
Yeah, I do.
A white woman?
She's laying right here.
A white woman?
Yep, she's laying right here. My Becky right here.
Okay.
You hear giggling?
No, I don't. Tell her to say something.
Covered her face and mouth. Say something. Just say info. See?
She
Here?
sounds 16, bro. Is she legal?
Yes, she legal.
Okay. Just
40
checking.
years old, man. What's wrong with
I'm
y'all?
just checking.
No, I don't. There's no R. Kelly here. I just like the song I just like the song Red Carpet. That's all.
Okay. Interesting.
But yeah, hey, Emmanuel, hey man, it's always a pleasure. You know, we'll try this again soon. Tomorrow I'll have some NFL action for Sunday for y'all. Uh, from games that are not rigged. But tonight you definitely want to take the Chargers quarterback, Justin Herbert, to throw over 2 touchdown passes, and one of them more likely is going to be Keenan Allen. So take both of them two together.
Man,
But
don't even be
remember,
watching
do them
that stuff.
individually.
Don't even
Huh?
watch it.
You don't have to watch the game. You ain't playing anyway. Just put your money up, just like the lottery ticket. You ain't got to watch the lottery drawing.
I guess that's true.
You know what I'm saying? You
That's
check
true.
your ticket in the morning.
All right.
You understand what I'm saying? Yeah, so, hey, y'all, it's been real. I had fun. We'll try this again soon. But just remember what I told you. I'm a wolf that likes to hunt in the daytime. But the full moon, that's my gang sign. Oh!
All right. All right. Hey, that man worship who he want to worship. Y'all leave that man alone. I was just curious. Because if you got a whole lot of sisters saying that he don't respect sisters, but he's like, I got a woman right here, and it's a sister, he might have an argument. But if not, they might have an argument. You never know. So, hey, you love who you love. Langston.
Hey, Emmanuel, how's it going, buddy?
Hey, it's going all right.
You got some weird friends, Emmanuel. Oh, my goodness. He said he was laying in the bed with his Becky while he talked to you?
He didn't
Who
necessarily
takes time out to have to talk to...
Wait, he didn't necessarily say they were laying in the bed. They could have been sitting on the couch. He just said here.
He said she's under the covers hiding her face and her mouth.
I missed that part.
Oh, my God. Yeah, but I'm going to make it quick and sweet. I agree with you, and it kind of took the I guess the rose-colored glasses off my eyes when I don't know if you probably didn't, but there was a college football game, IU and Iowa. Now, at the score, Iowa's about to win the game. They're like about on the 35-45 of their own yard line. Had they just taken a knee, the spread would have held. He literally takes the snap, runs 40 yards back into his end zone, looks back to see if the guy's going to tackle him, and even if he did, that's stupid anyway, runs out. It doesn't even run out the end zone, just kind of waits for the guy to sack him in the end zone, kills the spread. I have never seen anything more blatant than that in my life.
Well, did
it
that
made
happen
no
this
sense.
season?
Yes, this season. Yes.
I have to go back and watch that.
You can pull it up online. It's the crazy. If you just put in like quarterback runs opposite way for a touchback, it's insane. Like it's like if nothing else, he should have been opened up to an NCAA investigation right off the rip. Who runs for almost 40 yards the opposite way? He was supposed to just take a knee. He runs the opposite way. I mean, it's just like it's a sad day when college sport. Well, we all know that there's a lot of money in college sports anyway, so I guess everyone's trying to get a piece. But I mean, that's just unscrupulous. I mean, it's just flagrant. And he was questioned about it in the interview, the post-time game after, why did you do it? And he kind of made some ridiculous statement about trying to laugh it off. But it's like, dude, that's criminal. I just, it's a shame. Sports betting and all of it is just kind of just as corrupt. I think when you start to have almost $1 billion business that's just raking in money, calling itself a nonprofit, there's just room for everyone to be corrupt. So, yeah, that's kind of really one quick clip in. But I agree with you in the sense of I don't know all the details in regards to the NBA gambling. I'm hearing that it was definitely bigger than just a couple of guys getting together to cheat people at a poker game. They were using some type of technology. And that's why I say, I'm thinking it's got to be bigger than just Chauncey Billups and a couple other players. I'm sure whoever had the technology to give them or however it began to spread is bigger than them. They just happen to be the ones that get caught, which I find really weird. Anyway, only the black guys got caught. But yeah, so that's just kind of it, though. Yeah, that's just I think that just when there's a lot of money on the table and everyone's not getting a bigger piece of the pie, it leaves it open for everyone to start to become a little unscrupulous. But hey, enjoying the show, brother, and you have yourself a great day.
Hey, you do the same. Appreciate your call.
No worries. Talk to you soon.
All right. That was Langston. Yeah, I really do. I believe sports are rigged all over the place, some to a larger degree than others. But I believe all of these, major professional sports are rigged. I just do. Also, when we were talking about The Perfect Neighbor, somebody said spoiler alert. How is it a spoiler alert? It was a news story years ago. We know how everything turned out. There is no, oh my goodness, what? She got shot? That's the reason for the story. Everybody knows this. It's not a murder mystery like a whodunit. Everybody knows. Not a spoiler. Not a spoiler. But I will tell you the saddest part to me was spoiler alert. The saddest part to me was when they had to notify everybody that she was dead. And then you have to watch the not knowing and then the information and the heartbreak. That was horrible. I guess I would do it, of course, but I wouldn't want to be the one to ever break that news to somebody's children. I wouldn't want to be the one to have to do that. It was terrible. It was terrible. And I'm not a crier. But I want to say I would have been like, this is what I thought at the time. If I was a person who cried, I would be crying right now. I really did think that, which I know was weird, but that's what I like. If I was a person who cried, I would be crying right now because it was just heartbreaking. Just heartbreaking. Tanika says, have you watched the latest episode of Pop the Balloon? I did. And I'm so disappointed in them. I'm so disappointed in them. They didn't have to do that. There's a part of me that's like, I'm going to have to stop watching it now. Yeah, they didn't have to do that. Stephanie says, I cried so hard for her and the children. Katrina says, that's when I cried. Her 4 children and her mother on the phone. Tanika said, I cried enough for both of us. Jerica says she was in tears. Yeah, I would have. That's when I would have. Because it was rough. It was rough. Samuel says, I can't watch shows like that. I mean, it's reality. Like, they didn't show anything where you're like they didn't show, there's no footage of her getting shot. I believe when they were kind of working on her, they blurred all of that out. You couldn't see anything. So there's no, kind of a morbid, gory pictures or anything like that. It really is all just, it's the truth. I'll tell you why I watched it. Because it was real. And that don't cover it completely. But these things actually go on in the world that we live in. And uh, y'all may not notice about me, but I'm a people watcher, a person who kind of studies people. Why, you did what? Why did you do that? What made you think to do that? Those are the type of I like to understand the way people see and process information and handle situations and all of that kind of stuff, and understand, number one, what are they doing? And most importantly, why are you doing it? And so to watch something like that unfold and to see all of the different steps, I'm going to call it, to see the escalation, even though it wasn't really no great degree of escalation, but these are real stories that happen for real in our world. And I know for some people, like, I realize that stuff happens. I don't want to hear about it. Okay. I appreciate that that's how you feel. But I want to watch. I want to listen to what people are saying, analyze what they're saying, how they're feeling in that moment, why they're reacting the way they're reacting in that moment, all of that kind of stuff. I do. Now, just for the sheer emotion of it, I could have dealt without, seeing them being notified that she had passed away. I mean, I don't need to know why you reacted that way. I know why you reacted that way. But all of the other stuff surrounding that was just a emotionally brutal thing. But I mean, that's reality too. When you read a story about somebody getting shot and somebody being dead, somebody has to go and notify somebody that your son is dead. Your daughter is dead. So that's a reality. I just don't necessarily need to see it. So I get it. And that says, how much time did Karen get? What did she get? Like 25 years or something like that? I don't really remember what her sentence was. I think she got 25 years. And she did not look like, she wasn't a young, healthy looking lady. So, I don't know if she'll ever make it out. But Tanika said it happened in 2023, and I was not at the radio station at the time. So then I was probably just listening to the radio station at the time. And that was when I was still calling in. So then that's why I remember. Because I definitely remember it. I remember a whole lot of events. And, of course, my association with them is talking about them on the radio. And that's kind of how I place events into maybe a certain timeline. A few people saying, yeah, it was 25 years. Katrina said the police was wondering about Susan because she showed no emotion when they told her she killed her neighbor. Because that was what she was setting up for. Of course, when I watched it, I knew the outcome. But I'm like, everything that she did or that she was doing seemed to me like she's setting up for this. Like she's building a case for when she finally feels like she has the opportunity to do this. And that's why I'm always like, or that's why I was watching it. And I'm like, you can't let people basically build a case against you. You got to be building a counter case while they're building a case. LaDonna says she looks different, lost a lot of weight. She did look different, lost a lot of weight, in jail. She did. Carolyn says, why did she waste time writing that note while in the interrogation room? Because she thought that was going to help her case. That's it. You just, I guess at that point, you just want to kind of keep reiterating, I feared, I thought she was going to kill me. I was afraid. I thought she was going to kill me. So you have to keep that, and that's basically it's what she wrote. You know what I'm saying? Just to, they can bring that to court, and it'll vindicate me because I said I was scared. All of that was, she thought she had an ironclad defense. Carolyn said she didn't even want to get up when they came back in the room to arrest her. See, it'd be stuff like that that really does, not that the rest of it didn't upset me, but I think that part made me the angriest. Because do you really believe if the police come in to arrest me and I tell them no, they might let me tell them no twice. Time number 3, y'all know they favorite tactic, punch them in the face. They gonna start punching me in the face, throwing me on the ground, knee to the back of the head, knee to the back of the neck, knees in the ribs, punching my legs, screaming, stop resisting, stop resisting. They not gonna try to talk, well, come on, Emanuel, we really don't want to do this. Come on, Emanuel, it would just be best if you just... Come on, Emanuel. Why can't we just... Come on, Emanuel. But we don't have a choice. We're gonna... And how many times did they tell her this is the last time that we gonna tell you? Had that been a... I know y'all don't like it when I say it, but I have to be honest. Had there been a black person, black man, or a black lady, they'd have got their ass beat. Right there in the interrogation room, and they'd have said that'd have been more charges. They'd have said she was resisting, we fear for our life, we had to get her under control, all of that kind of stuff. They'd have beat my ass. My mug shot would have been all lumpy. It'd have been all lumpy. And I see this over and over and over again, where law enforcement gives certain people preferential treatment. Now, look, don't get me wrong. I think that's the way they actually should handle things. If you just sitting there and you ain't attacking nobody saying, no, I'm sorry, I can't go with y'all. No, don't arrest me. No, I don't think it... No, I'm not doing it. Just keep talking to me. You got time. You know what I'm saying? What? Like, I'm about to get off. I only got 2 minutes. I got to get your ass arrested in the next 2 minutes. Or, no, you got time. What's crime going on all over? Like you the Dark Knight. You know what I'm saying? I got to stop one crime. I got to get right to the next crime to stop it. That's not the case. You got time to talk people down. It's just certain people that they take the time to talk them down. Certain people. CK?
Hey, how you doing? Emanuel Livingston. I like the show, King of Talk. I've been listening about sports and gambling and professional athletes.
Okay. How you doing, by the way?
I'm doing great, sir. I'm doing fantastic, as you would say to the people once upon a time.
How's your lady doing?
Yes. Man, I just got off the phone with her. I said, hold on, I got to call my podcast. I need my therapy. We ain't talking good, though. We ain't talking good.
She doing good. Hold on. And look, if you don't want to answer your questions, just say, Manuel, I don't want to talk about that.
I think I can answer anything. I think I'm like police informant.
Does she have children?
A daughter.
Have you met the daughter?
I've seen her, but check this out. Her daughter is about 29, 28. She dating a nigga old, about your age, older than me. Mm-hmm. And I'm dating the mama, ain't that something?
I'm slightly disturbed by, I think maybe you just emphasized the word wrong. So I'm going to believe the
What
best.
you mean? Say that again, brother.
Because it sounded to me,
Emphasize what
I
word?
said, have you met her daughter? And you said, I seen her butt.
No. I said I seen her, but no.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. I was believing that you just, for whatever reason, you stressed the word in the wrong place. So
you funny as hell, man. Stop it, man. You good.
That's
That
what
kick
you
of talk
said.
will get your ass caught up. But, no, I did not see her butt. I seen her in the car. It was her face. I have not looked at her ass.
Okay.
But I just went to the bank and cashed my check, sir. This is a true story. And as I'm pulling the check out, a condom, I threw the check on the thing, and the condom slid and fell right on the teller's lap. You talk about awkward. I was like, damn. I said, baby, I'm sorry. That's an accidental prank. It was like a younger white chick. I said, damn, I felt ridiculous.
Wait, where was this condom?
It was in my pocket, but I grabbed my check, and as I it was inadvertent. I grabbed both of them inadvertently. So as I'm throwing the check down on the teller thing, the condom slides and falls right on her lap. And then she tried to get it. She's like, it fell down. I can't get it. I said, oh, well, I didn't try to set you up.
Wait, hold on.
Yeah.
Wait. Why are you walking around with condoms in your pocket?
I think we should have protection at all times, like guns. You never know when it can jump off, cuz. You never know when it can jump off, man.
Yeah,
you don't think sex is like...
That's
You
weird.
don't think sex is like violence, unpredictable?
Yeah, that's weird, bro. That's weird.
For a man to be walking down with a condom and all these damn STDs walking around the city, are you serious?
I think for a man in what's supposed to be a committed relationship with his
How
own...
am I being in a committed? Hold on now. I just say I got to just start. God, y'all try to put a nigga drop the broom quick as hell. I just got with this lady, and the condom is for her anyway.
Wait,
but
but
I'm
that's...
just saying. Now,
Okay, I'm sorry. That's not the way that you presented this to us a few days ago. And so I was under the impression that you were now in a committed relationship with a woman, that you've taken her to meet your family, and y'all going on trips all around the country and all of that kind of stuff.
Yeah, but we still in the honeymoon friend side. This is a friend honeymoon, like a great friendship. But we ain't got to the that's my girlfriend stage. Hell no. We still in that process.
Okay.
This year, man.
Okay.
Everything's happening.
No, that's fine. You've now reframed whatever that thing is, but that's not the way you presented it to us initially. So I apparently mistakenly believed that you were in a committed relationship, which made it even more strange that you walking around with a condom in your pocket. But okay.
Hold up, brother. Hold up. I've only been in therapy with Wyatt and Emanuel for about 2.5 years. I have not got to your level of commitment with my queen yet. I'm in the process of making her my queen. Come on now.
Okay.
2 months with your wife. How far along was y'all 2 months in? Because I remember you told your daughter you wanted to marry her on the first date. So how was y'all 2 months into it?
We was 2 months in.
Please tell me. I'm saying, how was it? Was you was you thinking at that time this might be the woman I'll spend the rest of my life with?
No, I told you. I knew when I met her that she was gonna be Mrs. Livingston. I knew that. There was no like, ooh, I want her to be, or any of that kind of stuff. Like, I knew. Like, it wasn't even a question.
And you said you told your daughter, you told her that same day, right?
Yeah.
Yep. So we got confirmation. So when did you inform your wife that's how you felt the first day? Did you let her know the first day?
No, I didn't let her know the first day. I think that'd be weird. But I did. I don't remember exactly when I let her know. But
oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you got to understand, I can't just jump up and be in Emmanuel. It takes long. Look how long y'all been together. You think we gonna be that right now? We just met
Nah, it's
a few
cool.
months
Look,
ago.
look,
Come on.
look. I'm not pressuring you into nothing. I was just I misunderstood the way you presented the relationship initially. So we all for
Yeah.
that. I was wrong and we all for that. It's still weird to be running
No,
around
but
with a condom in your front pocket, pulling it out for the teller at the bank. That's still weird.
that was it was an accident, inadvertent. I would not get convicted in the court of law. It was an accident. It did happen. It's on tape, but I would not get convicted. No sex charges, nothing. But okay, the level of commitment that y'all are on is the goal I want to achieve. But I'm not going to fool myself and say I'm at that level at this early stages. This is like newborn stages of our relationship.
Okay.
See, so I can't, I think that's where we go wrong too, committing too early to that commitment. Like we just gonna have sex with each other. Nah, I don't go that far yet.
Well,
Gotta
again,
wait for
I'm
that.
I'm a little more, just a little bit more old school because I think once you start having sex with people, that is a level of commitment. Um, but again, that's just me. That ain't how people out here these days. Like I like you enough to uh absorb your body fluids, but not enough to say I really like you. That's weird to me.
So I have to ask you, have you, with that belief system, have you had a one night stand with a woman before?
Probably, yeah.
So you the type that you be like, damn. Because, all right, you right. But we got to test drive the car. So what if even a person like you test drive the car and the car not driving right? Ain't you going to then be like, this ain't the type I'm going to be with her. She cool, but sexually, it just ain't me. Ain't
Yeah,
that going to happen to you too?
but what I'm saying is you can't be like I'm dating with some level of intentionality, but I don't really want to be with you. I just want to have sex. So your intention was just to have sex. But you're saying I'm not ready to commit to this lady, but I'm ready to, just have meaningless sex with her. Then just call it that. Don't say you in no relationship or nothing. Just she's some chick that you have sex with sometimes.
So when you make the comment about, okay, this might be the woman I might be with for the rest of my life, is at that time, so that means sex is irrelevant, right?
I don't understand
If
what
we
you're
just go on,
saying.
okay, I'm just assuming no sex was taken on the first date or sex was had on the first date. So I'm saying if I can come home and tell my daughter, look, this woman I just went out with, I think she's gonna be the next Mr. Livingston, as you said.
All right.
So can you come to that assumption? Did you come to that conclusion without any intimacy?
Yeah, that was the first day, bro. I came home from the laundromat. No, I didn't hit it at the laundromat. So yeah.
I understand. Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. So sex, you're telling me if you could think like that, that means so you just knew everything was gonna be perfect there. Because I could see I'm just saying, not your situation, but a similar situation. If I go out with a day and I could make that assumption, but then what if we do swap fluids and then it's not pleasing? That's what I'm saying, that when you make that comment without the sex. So I guess that is traditional values, old school values. Because I'm thinking sex is a big part of the relationship. If you're not sexually satisfied, it's not going to be a happy home.
If you look, you can do it how you want to do it. There was a misunderstanding about what the relationship was. There's still a misunderstanding about what the relationship is, but to a large degree, it ain't none of my business. So I was just
Yeah,
being a
we're
little
just
nosy,
developing.
and that's that.
Yeah, we're in the developing stages. That's all. It's all. I don't even know if she's ready to commit at that level you're talking about now. But on to the wrestling and the gambling and the professional athletes, sir.
All right.
Can we switch? Can we switch lanes?
Yes.
Okay. I think this is a travesty. I do not like that these brothers are being arrested for these crimes. I feel it's a victimless crime, sir. And I think these guys are getting targeted because of their race and their wealth. Your thoughts?
I don't know the details of what is happening, so I can't say whether they're being targeted or not. I do know I don't trust the Department of Justice under Donald
Yes,
Trump. So
yes,
I question everything that they do based on race and gender and, all of the isms.
yes. Because if me and Livingston makes a friendly bet that I bet you watch the Bengals before the end of the year, we bet $100. That's our personal business. I don't think the law or the government should get involved and start arresting us and wasting taxpayers' money for our little bet, sir. And I think that's what's going on here. I wanted to know how you feel about that.
I'm not sure how I feel about that. Y- yes, if we just made a simple bet, then that's our business.
Right.
I don't get the feeling based on, the few calls and comments that I've had that this was just a few simple, quick bets about nothing.
Sir, remember, you have a poker night. This is in your basement where you do your podcast. So you have a poker night. We come over every weekend, me and the fellas, and we gambling. Thousands of dollars this been going on for 3 years. I'm thinking that's something we could get, but based on this, we can get arrested. I don't think it's justice. I think that's a wrong, just because you got a poker thing going in your basement, I think it's injustice for you to be
I think
prosecuted for that. That's what I'm saying.
I don't know that you would be
Hmm.
unless somebody reports something to some authorities. Like if we get together and we have a poker night down here,
Right,
I think everything would be cool unless, like, now if I'm cheating y'all and taking all
right,
y'all
right, right.
money and then somebody go to the police like, look, we having poker nights at his house and he got stuff there set up to cheat us. He done took, $5,000 of mine, and I want my $5,000 back because I was cheated. Then I could see the law enforcement now being involved in that situation because they got a report that basically I'm stealing people money.
Sir, what you just said, it was just like a dope fiend calling about somebody running off with their money when they tried to buy some dope. Like, we are participating in illegal activities, so you can't say, oh, well, Emanuel is cheating me. So you shouldn't have been in there playing poker.
Well, I'm not sure. I would have to go and look. I'm not sure that it's illegal to have a low stakes game of poker with friends at your house. I'm not sure that that's illegal.
Low stakes, high stakes is the same thing. It's perception,
Okay,
sir.
either way,
It's all perception,
I'm
sir.
not sure that that's illegal.
And all I'm saying is we got to, okay, they getting people. I just want to give you clear what they're doing. Gilbert Arenas got out the league, 100 million up, sir, 100 million. So the government is making him pay for what he did to the NBA. So remember, they are bitter and they have resentment because of how much money these young black African American men left the game with. So this is them coming back for revenge, Livingston.
Okay.
I just wanted you to know the truth, you know, because they didn't let you. Remember, you came up under Lincoln Ware, and then you became the biggest podcaster in YouTube history. Boom, it's time to pay. You owe down. Remember them poker games you was having in the basement? Got them. That's what I want you to understand, Mr. Livingston.
Okay.
It's
Hey,
real. The
look,
racism will never end.
okay. Again, I don't know the details, so I can't say whether or not what you're saying is factual.
Yeah, every time I call you, it's going to be informative, and I'm going to tell you what's going on because we have to stop. Like Michael Vick, I didn't think he should have went to prison for his crime.
Well, he
That was a
definitely should have.
victimless
But
crime, sir. No, I'm talking about Michael Vick, the football player, sir.
right. Yeah, he definitely should have.
You agree with? Oh my God! You thought he should have been incarcerated for his crime?
Yes.
Come on now, Livingston. Come on now.
Yes,
You're going too far, man.
dog fighting is sick, it's grotesque. and the abuse that was reported, alleged, maybe even proven, yeah, that's something's got to happen because of that. You
No,
can't just
sir,
keep doing
no.
that.
I totally disagree. Come on now, for real now. This is a pit bulls. They have killed children, sir. They are killers themselves. You fighting dogs does not equal you going to prison, sir. You know this.
Okay, we don't agree.
Why would you? So you think a man deserves to be a black man does?
Any man, but we just don't agree.
Oh
It's
my
okay to
God.
not agree.
But I'm just trying to make you understand. Look what he went through. Understand, you don't find the man. I mean, you don't arrest the man. You find him. You let him keep playing. It's too much. We got invested in this football game for you to be incarcerating him and taking him away from the Falcons. We could have potentially won Super Bowls, Livingston.
I don't care about no Super Bowls.
What they did to Muhammad Ali and what they did to Michael Vick was travesty. They took away their careers for 3 years, sir.
I'm not all that
Michael
concerned
Vick
about
was-
no Muhammad Ali either.
They didn't. They shouldn't have did that. And that's what I'm trying to tell you.
They shouldn't
You
have
don't
did
have
it,
no
but I don't
compassion.
really have sympathy for Muhammad Ali because he didn't have sympathy for Malcolm X. So that's where I stand.
Yes, but he did. Remember, he later apologized.
No, later. Yeah, that's helpful.
Okay. You're right. I do agree with you on your sentiments with the Malcolm X thing, but I just want you to understand what they did to those African American young athletes was a tragedy because they were the greatest of their time.
Okay.
And if you're the greatest, so all I'm saying is, if you're the greatest, give them some privilege. You don't treat them like they're slaves.
Yeah, that don't
try
make
to
sense.
incarcerate.
I wholeheartedly disagree with you. But
Hold on. Why are you not looking at what he went through to make him fight dogs?
it doesn't matter. Here's what I disagree with most about what you just said.
Yes,
Just
sir.
because someone's a good athlete doesn't mean that they deserve preferential treatment in the system. And I know a lot of people actually believe that, like, oh, he's really good at this, so he shouldn't have to pay the consequences for his actions like you would have to pay the consequences for your actions. I disagree with that. You're a person. You're a human. You're a citizen. You are subject, or should be, to the same laws that everybody else is subject to. So just because you can run faster or, throw farther or faster or, kick or catch or something like that doesn't mean or shouldn't mean that you're above the laws that everybody else is subject to. We just disagree on that.
Now, that was an excellent soliloquy, sir. And in certain parts I agree and disagree with. I just want you to understand, this is a team effort. If you could do what that dude could do, you would be able to. I would give you the day off, but you can't do what he could do. So with certain people, you cheating everybody on the team the same? That's what you're telling me you doing? The quarterback, the wide receiver, the cornerback, everybody you treating the same.
Yes.
That's where you make it. I feel that you're messing up on that. It's certain people that are special. You can't say we're all equal. So you think we're all equal?
Yes.
But this guy contributes so much. See, now I caught you. He contributes so much to the team. Your ass don't do nothing but sit on the fucking bench all goddamn day. But this nigga scored 4 touchdowns. Yes, he get a day off. You need to do some laps. I think you're losing this debate, but I do respect your opinion, sir.
Okay, look.
Because you're not treating people equally because they're not doing equal shit.
All right, so we disagree, and there's nothing wrong with disagreeing. I think if you score 4 touchdowns and you punch somebody in the face that didn't want to be punched in the face, you should be charged with assault and battery. If you scored no touchdowns and you punch somebody in the face that didn't want to be punched in the face, you should be charged with assault and battery. If you go to a factory and work for 40 hours a week and you punch somebody in the face that didn't want to be punched in the face, you should be charged with assault and battery. If you are unemployed and you punch somebody in the face that didn't want to be punched in the face, you should be charged with assault and battery.
Okay. And if you are Emanuel Livingston and you fight dogs, you should be given probation. But if you are Donald Trump and you fight dogs, you should be getting a death penalty. Do you understand what I'm saying? Because he's different.
No,
he's held to a different standard than you.
No, that made no
Hold
sense.
on, did you hear what I said? Hold on, I said my belief. You just told me your belief. I said if Emanuel Livingston was fighting dogs, he deserves probation. If Donald Trump was fighting he deserved death penalty. So yeah, it's just a
that
belief. Ain't no rights. Like you said, we just disagree. But that's what I believe. So
Okay.
fighting dollars don't mean shit to me. It just seems like you want them niggas to go to jail because they made that bread, just like them. That's what it seems like to me.
All
You
right.
like to see celebrities fall. But yeah, much love to the family. Praying.
All right. All right. Yeah, it's just but there are people who really believe that way. There are people who believe if you can sing and you rich, you should be able to have sex with 12-year-olds and pee on them, and nothing should happen to you. Why, just a little urine. Wash it off. You'll be all right. She'll be all right. He rich. He make records. I like the step. Hey. I just don't agree with that. Ron.
They should have took his ass and put him in there with them damn dogs and let his ass fight his way out. But you know how I feel about dogs. But now CK, first time I played basketball, man, a dude sweated on me, and I'm like, I quit. I quit. I can't do this. So, man, I wouldn't. The HIV and STD rates through the roof in Houston, and I know they through the roof. Not through the roof, but the STD rates gotta be, elevated with all that, grocery licking and all that other stuff they doing right now. I wouldn't dare, exchange my bodily fluids with anybody that I'm not committed to. And I got to be committed to you for a minute. Ugh.
Wait.
Amy,
Wait.
I'm sorry. What?
Nothing. I'm pretty sure I know what you meant. I've never heard that terminology before.
What?
I know what you meant. And
what you mean?
You said something about grocery licking, and I'm pretty sure you meant, oral sex. Right?
Oh no, I can. We not talking about just oral sex. We talking about that's yeah.
Okay, well then I have to ask, if it's not oral sex, what is grocery licking? I've never heard the terminology.
No. Yeah. It is.
Okay, that's what I thought. Okay.
Yeah.
And yeah, I'm not against that at all.
Oh no, I'm not against that, but I mean, it's like rampant, and look, like I said, I ain't gonna exchange my bodily fluids with nobody that I ain't committed to. CK, that's nasty. Anyway, I want you to notice something. People not talking about it.
Okay.
But now Trump, he enacted a 100% tariff on China, and it's beginning to take effect on the 1st. Now, Russia, when he had that meeting with Russia, and I think I told you about that, they came out of that meeting with Vladimir Putin, and they were all disturbed, but they didn't get any answers, and they said that they were going to put sanctions on them at that time. He didn't put sanctions on them. Now, he put sanctions on them, I think, at the beginning yesterday or something like that. But he put sanctions on them now because he got control of that TikTok algorithm. Now, you know, they got control of that algorithm of the all the state or all the companies in the states, and then they got control of the algorithm with TikTok now, but they have all of it, and people were talking about him being a dictator and all that other little stuff. He doesn't really have control of the algorithms. The wealthiest 1%, the Vanguard, and all those people have control of that algorithm, and they're not telling us everything. You know, Charlie Kirk. They played that Charlie Kirk video forever, but did you notice the video that they doing the boats? What is that? Oh, how can I put it? Those drug boats.
Okay.
They're covering the drug boats like they don't want us to see the drug boats, but they kept that Charlie Kirk stuff in our face. What I'm simply saying is that everything isn't what it appears to be, and they're doing major distractions right now for a reason, and it ain't no damn Epstein files like everybody thinking. You know, the Epstein files, they would have released those Epstein files during the Biden administration if it wasn't if Trump was in there. It isn't the Epstein files, but they keep it something from us. I just wanted to point that out. That's it.
Okay, I'll be honest with you. I'm not 100% sure what you pointed out. But
Okay.
how much money did Trump just give to, what was it, Argentina?
Okay, I'm glad you brought that up. You did. I heard somebody. You ding dongs. Okay, Trump imposed 100% tariffs on the Chinese government because they said they were going to hold all the chip production and chips from the entire world. Now, China owns 95% of the world's shipping containers, 95% of the production and the containers. They own 50% of the shipping tankers. They own 50% of them. The United States and the world is panicking. They panicking. That's why they wanted to get Greenland, and that's why they're considering giving tomahawks to Ukraine. They need those resources. China has all the resources in Africa. They can't get them.
Right.
The resources that they have in Venezuela and in South America,
right,
they can't get them. And they sent that 40 billion
right,
to Argentina because they have chips or the cobalt and stuff that we need to get the chips. Y'all crazy,
right,
crazy as hell.
right,
Plus,
right,
they have the volcanic soil
right,
that we can, but. Okay.
right, you bugging out. Right,
y'all crazy as hell.
Right, you bugging out.
Crazy as hell.
Right, you bugging out. I asked a really simple question. which now I'm gonna have to do more looking into it because just
okay.
the fact.
But,
hold on, Ron.
I answered the question.
Ron, I didn't
answered
interrupt
the
you.
question.
Ron, I didn't interrupt you. I let you bug out all the whole time. But
Okay, I'm bugging out.
what I'm saying, what was that?
Okay, no, go ahead, continue.
What I'm saying, Ron, is now that I see how bothered you are by the idea, it makes me believe that there's something even more sinister.
Bothered behind it. What about bothered behind?
I don't know why you bothered, but I asked a simple question.
What am I bothered behind? What am I bothered behind?
And
I just said y'all was unintelligent.
You having fits. You having fits. You having fits because I asked a question.
For not getting whole role.
You are having a fit because I asked a simple question.
No,
I wasn't sure.
I wasn't having a fit.
You are. I wasn't sure.
Go ahead, continue.
I wasn't sure about the amount, so I asked you how much did Trump give to Argentina, and next thing I know, we in China and Venezuela.
For 40 billion, 20 million,
all that kind of stuff.
100 billion.
It was just a simple question. And so when people
40 billion.
When people go
40
about
billion.
over
40
explaining
billion.
stuff, it's usually something there to look
40
into.
Billion.
But
40 billion.
You could have just
now what?
But you could have just said that initially.
But
that's not what you did.
Now what?
That is the what? I asked a simple question. You could have just said 40 billion. That would have been the answer. But you didn't. You took us literally all around the world.
The foolishness that y'all been saying.
What foolishness? It was a simple question.
The foolishness Nate been saying and everybody been saying about that 40 billion to Argentina. You uninformed.
A lot of people. There are a whole lot of uninformed people because there are a lot of people questioning $40 billion to Argentina.
Okay.
And
okay.
You know, it made you go bonkers.
So why people trust people to give you their opinion and you run with that opinion rather than verifying that information for yourself?
I did not.
Even in these days and times.
Ron, I did not express an opinion, and I did not ask for an opinion. I asked a simple question. This question was super simple.
Okay, and I answered the question. But I overly answered the question. I overly answered the question.
Now you went around the world trying to defend the answer before you even answered.
Okay, but you got the answer. What's the problem?
No, there is no problem. I asked the question.
No,
you went around the world.
Okay.
You answered the question. And
okay,
now I have to look into it.
So did you get some information?
No.
Did you get any information that you didn't know?
No.
You a lie. Bahala.
All right. I think a lot of ladies understand this. A lot of ladies understand this. If your husband come home and you know he had $20 on him and he come home and he only got $1 and you say, what'd you do with the $19? And he start, see, you always because first, if you and a red light means stop, but yellow is yield. And if you go over to and you like, what in the hell are you? I just asked you what happened to the $19. If he had to do all of that, instead of just saying, I bought some lottery tickets, or what I'm saying, whatever. He hiding something. My car only get 27 miles a gallon. And you like, bro, I just asked you what happened to the $19. That was it. You were talking about traffic control signals and miles per gallon and all that kind of stuff. All I asked was, what happened to the $19? So now you're wondering, wait a minute. Why is it so hard to tell me what happened to the $19? You trying to deflect, you pulling rabbits out of hats and sawing ladies in half and all of that kind of stuff instead of just telling me what happened to the $19. Just tell me what happened to the $19. That's it. If you got to do all of that, what you hiding? It didn't make sense. How much money did Donald Trump give to Argentina? $40 billion. China and now I got to look a little deeper into this $40 billion. Because of course a lot of people are like, hey, what happened to America first? We having issues over here, bro, and you giving away $40 billion? What's this about? I thought it was America first. Yeah. Ron say, now you know what he gave and why he gave it. Well, I guess we'll have to see. We'll have to see. Again, this is the Trump administration. You can't trust anything. These people will tell you facts and have you believing it's factual until you actually look it up. And then you're like, wait a minute, that's not the facts, because their relationship with the truth is strained. And some of them have just completely broken off their relationship with the truth. So I'm sorry, you can't trust these people. You just can't do it. Y'all remember, and I'm not just saying that to say something. A lot of people may not remember, some people may, during that first administration, and they were all out there hitting the news circuits and all that kind of stuff, and they were saying stuff. And I can't remember exactly when it was, but when they got caught in a whole bunch of lies. I can't remember who it was, but one of them said, look, when we out there talking to the media and talking to the public and answering questions, we're not under oath. We're not under oath. There is no obligation for us to tell the truth. So if you think you caught me lying, they didn't say this part. So if you think you caught me lying, so I don't have to tell you the truth. You're the public. You're the media. If I'm not under oath, I don't have to tell the truth. That was their excuse when they got caught lying. So you can't trust the stuff that they say. You just can't trust it. So I'm sorry, Ron. I don't care what you say. I don't trust you. As long as you're aligned and defending this administration. So it was a simple question. That was a really complex answer. So I have to look into it. I'll have to look into it. He talked about the Biden administration gave Ukraine over $200 billion and y'all didn't say S. Well, we knew why. Darnell says they made up the term alternative facts. I remember I was watching when Kellyanne Conway said that. She could barely get it out. She almost choked herself. Jack says it's even crazier that you would go and fact check every damn conversation you have. That's just not a life. Okay. I'm comfortable with that. All right. What else? There was something else that I wanted to discuss. Oh, I didn't get a chance to discuss it. What was that, last week? The whole high school kids and the NIL thing. There's a kid, I don't remember what school he's out of, high school kid, who's a top wide receiver, I believe. And he's suing the Ohio High School Athletic Association, I believe that's what it's called. Because basically he wants to be able to get paid off his name, image, and likeness. And it looks like they're going to allow it to happen. And a lot of states allow it at the high school level. I'll be honest, y'all. I'll be honest, y'all. I don't know how I feel about it. I understand it, but I don't know exactly how I feel about it. Because, okay, you know, the pros, they get paid. They get paid. College now, they get paid. Looks like high school, they're about to be able to get paid. Junior high? Can we pay the junior high school students now? Like, this is one of those, where do you end? Okay, the Pee Wee League, Little League, can they get paid? I feel like that's just gonna add corruption to these little younger people in the sport. There's also a part of me that's like, hey, if you can get paid, just get paid. I don't care how you get paid. Well, I do care how you get paid, but if somebody gonna make money off of you, off of your name, your likeness, then why can't you do it? But like I said, look, them Pee Wee teams, the Pee Wee leagues and stuff, they get money. They get money. People donate stuff and donate money, and they use the money for whatever they use it for. Why can't the kindergartners, the first graders, the second graders get an NIL deal? Who gonna pay kindergartners and first, second, and third graders some NIL money? I hate to tell you, but it happens now. They ain't got no NIL deals. People are making money off of kindergarten through sixth graders playing in some of these little leagues. People are paying parents and paying all kind of stuff. It's happening. So make it all legal. Put more money in it. Or no. Like, I'm not, because I mean, at some point, that violates like child labor laws, maybe. I don't know. Maybe it do, maybe it don't. But where do we stop? Like, for real, I'm asking a for real question. Just, I want your opinion. Do you stop at the high school level? So the junior high schools, they can't get no NIL deals? Do you include the junior high schoolers? 7th and 8th graders? Do you include them? It's money all over the place. It's money all over the place. Sierra says the schools make money from tickets and concessions. Yeah, and like I said, the same with the little kids. I was a part of the Hamilton Little Blue organization, kindergarten through 6th grade. And yeah, they get sponsorships. They get donations. They have concessions. People pay for tickets. Should a portion of that money, I know that's not how NIL work, but should maybe a portion of that money go to the kids that's actually playing the product on the field? I'm just curious. I want to know what people think. I have a slight problem with it. But I don't have like I've always believed before they were claiming, because them college kids been getting paid for a long time. But before they were claiming that the college kids was getting paid, I've always believed them kids should get paid. I always believed that. And I don't know, mentally, I have a block when it comes to the high schoolers. I don't know why. I'm not saying it's right. Just mentally, I have a block where I'm like, should these kids? But again, at the same time, you got like some 5 and 6 year olds who are on YouTube making hundreds of thousands, if not millions of dollars, just playing with toys. For real, they play with toys. They open toys, they look at them, they play with them, and they make money doing it. So why can't, anybody else make money doing what they do? But I have a block. I don't know why. Blade.
Hey, buddy. How's
Hey.
it going?
I'm doing good.
Yeah, they should get paid, but it should strictly go to them. But 9 out of 10, their parents get their money and squander it away.
And my philosophy is anytime you say 9 out of 10, that means you just made some stuff up. There is no actual.
A few.
There's no
A few.
actual statistical.
A few. Is that better?
Some. I would say some probably.
Yeah, a few. Yeah. Hey, I want to ask you something. When your brother was talking to Mr. Kevin or Aldridge, whatever his name was, he said something really stuck out to me. He said, 9 out of 10, if you make a report, if a reporter reports on somebody and it's wrong, they can get sued. Is that true?
Maybe, but I felt like Kevin was a little disingenuous, whichever, with that answer. If you report false information about someone, you can get sued. Yes, it's if it's written, it's libel, and if it's spoken, I believe it's slander. But people use them interchangeably. But if a reporter is asking questions and saying, like, the Inquirer could easily do a story saying allegations have been made that this was a bribe. So we're looking into whether or not this was a bribe. They can't be sued for that. And Kevin knows that they couldn't be sued for that, but he's kind of playing it like, oh, what, we gonna say some fake stuff about her? But don't say fake stuff. Y'all reporters, y'all know how to not lie about somebody, but still ask the pertinent questions.
Yeah, that's why I don't like potato salad, because he's being disingenuous. But he said he's not a reporter. He's a something on the other side.
Okay.
Yeah. So I guess that's why he said he can get away with what he said. But just like, okay, is even though your brother stole that saying from me, Messy Mika Owens, even though she's in the pocket, if they never bring her allegations to court, can she end up suing somebody to keep on saying stuff about her?
But anybody can sue anybody. Now, would that suit be successful? Probably not.
Well, what if a person keep on saying stuff about her that it never comes true? Can she get them for slander?
Well, she'd have to prove that it wasn't true.
Well, if it never comes to court, she can prove it.
No, that just because something doesn't go to court doesn't prove that it's not true. And that's why you wouldn't, or most people wouldn't want to sue somebody for something like that, because then you're taking the case to court.
That's what I'm saying. If it never goes to court and the person keep on saying that about them, but it's not true and it's slander.
No, not necessarily. I mean,
Somebody keep on saying that she took a bribe.
Someone keeps questioning if what she did is legally considered taking a bribe.
Right.
Right.
So if it never goes to court, can't she get them for slander?
That's not slander. That's not libel. That is, if you do something and I'm saying you did exactly what you did, but I believe that what you did is a bribe, what did I say about you that wasn't true? I said you did this thing that you actually did. I didn't lie on you. You don't like the conclusion that I came to based on the facts, but what I said is not a lie. Thus, I'm pretty sure that's not slander.
If you can't prove it in the court of law, ain't that slander?
No, you don't have to prove in a court of law that it is actually what I said. I can prove in a court of law that you did what I said you did.
But like I said, since she's in the pocket, whatever people are saying she did can't be proven.
No, it can be proven. It's a matter of fact.
Who's gonna take it to court?
Nobody. That's the point. That's why she wouldn't sue, because then that would actually take it to court. You don't sue like, they thinking about charging me with something, but they don't do it. So now I'm gonna sue somebody. So now I go to court and have to present evidence about the thing that I don't want to go to court about. That
you slander, you're lying on somebody.
Again,
that's why you would take them to court.
Again, I'm not sure that you understand. All right.
I understand. I'm sure you don't understand.
No, I don't think you do. All right, Blade. You meet with Sierra. I'm only saying Sierra because that's the name that's right there on the screen.
I don't know who that is.
It don't matter. You meet with Sierra and you give Sierra $5, right? Now, I come and I say, hey, Blade met with Sierra and Blade gave Sierra $5. Was that a bribe? What can you sue me for? For wondering if what you did was a bribe? You can't sue me because it's a fact that you met with Sierra. It's a fact that you gave Sierra $5. That is factual. Those are the things that I said that are factual. Me questioning whether or not that act was a bribe, that's not slander. That's me questioning.
That's apples and oranges. Somebody said they had proof that she took a bribe.
Okay.
Can they prove it in a court of law?
Actually, look, if someone just said, I got proof that she took a bribe, she might be able to sue.
That's my point.
But if somebody said she met with a person who offered her something of value in exchange for a position on city council, and I believe that is a bribe, that's different. Because she did meet with a person who did offer her something of value in exchange for a seat on city council. That is undisputed. That is not, those are actual facts.
So why is nobody bringing her up on charges?
Who knows why people do or don't do something? Maybe people don't view that as a bribe. But if I tell you what happened and then I tell you I believe that constitutes a bribe, I did not defame you. I said what you did and gave my conclusion on it. You can't sue me for my opinion.
Why not? If it's a lie.
My opinion is not a lie. No matter what it is, my opinion. That's why you hear people say stuff like, I believe, I thought, I think, there's a chance that, all of that kind of stuff. That's not a lie. That's what they believe. They think, they feel. You can't sue me for thinking you're a liar. You could sue me if I state as a fact that you lied and then you did not in fact lie and you can prove that you didn't lie. Now you can sue me. But I can say, I think you lying all day.
But if I'm not lying, you are defaming that person.
No, I'm telling you what I think. That's not defamation.
But if you lying on that person, you are defaming.
No,
If it's not
I'm
true.
telling you that this is what I think, that's not a lie. That is what I think.
Okay, man, we say the same thing, but you don't want to agree with me. That's all right.
Okay.
Have a good one, man. But your boy Kevin, I hope they don't have him back on there because he's lame, man.
I appreciate your call.
Thank you.
All right. I appreciate it, Kevin. I appreciated him doing the show, without a doubt. Without a doubt. I appreciated her doing the show. I don't understand why that was so hard to understand. You're allowed to form an opinion and share your opinion. And my opinion cannot be defamation as long as I make it clear that this is my opinion. That can't be defamation. It can't. I'm just telling you, this is the truth. Now, if I say something about you that's not true, if you didn't go meet Sierra and you didn't give her $5, and I'm saying he met Sierra and he gave her $5, and I believe that was a bribe, you might have something there. Because the stuff that I stated as fact is not fact. And then that could damage your reputation. So now you got something. It really is simple. Brent says, you were really baffled as to why a functional illiterate couldn't understand your explanation. Really? That man is not no functional illiterate. But I really don't understand why he didn't understand that. But he's not the only person who don't understand that. A lot of people don't understand that. But if you ever paid attention, that's why Trump says stuff a whole lot that sounds like it don't make sense. He be lying. But he says a lot of people are saying whatever. He says, in my opinion, that's whatever. He does that a lot. Why? When he's saying bad stuff about people, he always said, a lot of people are saying it. A lot of people are saying this. A lot of people are saying that. You know why he says that? Because then he know what he's saying ain't true. But he can say, I didn't say it. I said that a lot of people are saying it. You can't sue me because I said that a lot of people are saying something, even if the something is not true. Could your opinion be defamation if it is constantly repeated? Not if it's based in fact. Not if it's based in fact. If I saw him have sex with a woman that wasn't his wife, I'll say I got a video of it. And I'm running around talking about he cheated on his wife. I think he cheated on his wife. I think he cheated on his wife. I think he cheated on his wife. No matter how many times I say my opinion, it's based in fact. I'm covered. I'm covered. And let's take the Mika Owens. It's a fact that Mika met with, what is his name? I don't know why I always want to give that dude a name that ain't nothing close to his name. Mika Owens met with that dude. Somebody will say his name. I know I'm far behind. Apparently, well, I'm not even going to say apparently. That dude said that he'll help raise funds for her and Evan Nolan. I'll help you raise funds for your campaign and other Democrats' campaigns. And she appointed him to counsel. Those are all facts. Those are all facts. So as long as my opinion is based off of those facts, I'm good. I think that was a bribe. I'm not saying that I do. I'm just saying, I think that was a bribe. I think the law says that that's a bribe. I can say that 1.5 million times. It's not illegal. What if one says he eats groceries and I then formulate an opinion that I think he has an STD? Oh, can you be sued? I don't know. If it doesn't ruin his reputation, like if he has a reputation as the type of person that would eat groceries, or lick groceries, I think is what it is. The type of person, I think that was what he said. If he has a reputation already as the type of person that might lick groceries, he has no damages. What are the damages? Because that's also a factor. Like, okay, you want to sue me. You say what I said about you wasn't true. What are my damages? How did it hurt me? Well, it hurt my feelings. That's not damages. Did it ruin my reputation and, cost me an election? Did it make people stop watching my what was it called today? My fake book podcast? They didn't call it a podcast. Like I might be able to, and then if it did, how did that affect me? Some quantifiable way. Go hurt my feelings. That's not quantifiable. You have to actually have some damages. Because they can find that somebody said something about you that wasn't true. But what are your damages? That actually becomes a question. What are the damages? And if you ain't got no damages, okay, he defamed you. We rule in your favor, and you get 0 in damages. Because you had none. So, yeah. Okay, and now let me, because I have to get out of here. I got to do this shirt. Or I got to do this order. Emanuel Livingston, who called it a fake book? I think they called it a fake book, fake cast. A person. I'm gonna just say it was a person. Um, they go by King Boss on Lincoln's show, even though I know exactly who it is. It's cool. Um, but he called it a fake. I imagine it's got to be uncomfortable for that man to have so many people juggling his balls all at the same time. But hey, maybe it's a wonderful sensation. I don't know. But that was who it was. But Tanika asked about Pop the Balloon. For those of y'all who don't want to hear nothing about no daggone Pop the Balloon, y'all can go have a wonderful evening, and I'll see y'all later. Pop the Balloon. Spoiler alert. So if you watch it and you don't want to know this, then you might want to go to. But they had a guy on there who they kicked off the show. And I've never seen it before. But they kicked him off the show because he kept holding his balloon until the end and then popping after the girl done popped everybody else. And I think he did it like 3 times. And then they finally kicked him off the show. Like, you just playing. I don't think that they should have kicked that dude off the show. I think it was sexism. I understand why they kicked him off the show, because they felt like he was just playing. But you know how many women do that? Go back and look through episodes. Nobody's going to go back and look through episodes. Go back and look through episodes, and you can see women who just looking for a viral moment, and they hold their balloon until last so that they can pop. And there's some who have done it on like every single person who came up. You know, unless their balloon got popped first. There are some that have done it on every single contestant who came up. They was the last person with a balloon, and then they pop. Just looking for a reason to be the last one. Now, I want to have something fly to say, and then pop the balloon. Women been doing it for as long as I've been watching the show. But a dude do it. Oh, no, you got to get out of here. You playing with people. I don't like that. I don't like that. Stephanie say, what channel is it on? It's on YouTube. Sierra said, why they keep letting Crazy Brian on Pop the Balloon? This dude has issues. But there are women who do it just as much as he did. Just as blatantly as he did. See, when they do stuff like that, I keep telling y'all there's a part of me that be like, all right, I'm going to just stop watching. I don't support y'all no more. Because I don't like sexism. And that's what it is. Sierra talk about the women pop the balloons as soon as the guy walks out. Nope. I wish I could think of the episodes. I mean, they episodes be like by number. I don't remember the number episodes. But I'm thinking of at least 3 women who on almost every contestant that came out held on to their balloon to be the last person so they could have something fly to say and then pop on them. But they didn't put them off the show. I don't like that. Katrina say, I got a friend from Cincinnati that was on Pop the Balloon. Was it the comedian dude? Was it the comedian dude? Vernon says, a jury awarded E. Jean Carroll over $80 million after it found that Trump continually defamed her by calling her allegations a lie. Right. Because a court had already determined that they weren't. And, you know, she's saying, I have a reputation that he's destroying. And of course, they're saying what you're saying flies in the face of a court's decision. So, yeah, that's different. Did you see the episode when a woman said the tubby guy looked like an egg on two legs? That was awful. But you laughing. That was awful, but you laughing. And I know right now you was sitting there cracking up. Typing that comment, you was cracking up. Janice, that's sweet. So that's why Janice is my favorite. I like when she says stuff like that. Janice says, if I haven't said it before, I've grown to love everyone in this chat, except Twin and maybe Etzel on a given day. Janice says she love y'all. You can't beat that. You can't beat love. Yeah, I gotta get out of here. I appreciate y'all hanging out with me. There's something that I want to tell y'all that I can't tell y'all yet. It ain't nothing big. It ain't nothing about the show. It's something that happened that I want to tell, but I can't tell it yet. I gotta clear one or two things up, and then I can tell it. But I want to tell it. Like I said, I got to clear a few things up. Oh, also, I'm going to kind of put this out there. If you go to a church or you know of a church that need a little bit of help with their sound, send me a message on Facebook, because I want to help some churches with their sound. Now, I'm not, no sound guru. You know what I'm saying? I'm not one of them people who's like super amazing at sound, but I think I'm decent. I'm decent at troubleshooting. And so, yeah, if y'all got some issues at your church with your sound, send me a message on Facebook. Because I figure while I'm unemployed and I got some time during the day, on Monday through Friday, and some time on Saturdays, I figured I can help some, and I'm kind of saying it from my church, kind of an outreach from my church. If y'all got some issues, send me a message. And I'm not talking about charging nobody. I listened to a church today. Well, I didn't really listen to the church. I heard a clip of a church's live stream today. And it was nothing wrong with the live stream, except for I heard what sounded like a ground hum. Just a low ground hum. So when he would be talking, it sounded good. But when he would stop, you could hear the little, not the buzz. I don't want to say the buzz. You couldn't hear the buzz in the background, but you could hear a buzz underneath that. That sounded to me like a ground hum. I just need to get in there, figure out where the hum is coming from, and, fix it real quick. And then that church would sound good online. Because, it already sounded decent. It sounded good except for that. And maybe Maybe their sound people are going to work on it, but maybe they haven't heard it. And I could go in there and, probably in about 20 minutes, find it, fix it, and be done. Say God bless you and go on about my way. And then there's one more church with quality sound. I don't know why, but I want to do that. I don't know why, but I want to do that. Jack says, why would we recommend someone who's not capable of doing a great job? Don't recommend me then. I'm comfortable with that. I'm very comfortable, Jack, if you do not recommend me. I'm very comfortable with that. Mike says, we need help with our video and sound. Mike, I think you got my number. If you don't, again, shoot me a message on Facebook and I'll reach back out to you. Because I really do. It's just something that I don't know why. But I got time. So something that I wouldn't mind helping people do it. You got a job? No. Are you expecting? No. It's something, some of y'all would say it's petty. When I tell y'all it's really nothing, somebody said, well, why bring it up if you ain't gonna tell us? Because that's who I am. That's what I do. I don't. But it's something some of y'all would say is petty or whatever. And I want to tell it. But I gotta wait. I just gotta wait. Maybe tomorrow. I just got a couple questions that I have to ask one person, and then, yeah, I'll tell everybody. When I tell y'all, see, y'all feel like I done brought it up. I haven't hyped it. I'm not hyping it. I'm telling y'all it's something small and petty that I want to tell y'all, but I can't tell y'all yet. Jack says, that's called distortion, folks. I don't even know what that means. What's distortion? What are you talking about? Mike says, I think we'd be willing to pay. Well, just hit me. E-Man, don't F with TDJs. Jacqueline says, I think I know a church. I'll check Sunday. Okay, check. I just want to help people. That's it. Jack says, you the one asking us for help for a job. Seems like you need to go down the free store for that Thanksgiving dinner. Okay, whatever. I don't know how you would consider it a job if I'm doing it for free. Most people don't, I want a job that I don't get paid for. I just want to help. I reached out to the church that I heard with the ground hum, and if they reach out to me, then I go over there as early as tomorrow, find that ground hum, fix it, and that be that. And then they won't have that problem anymore. Now again, I'd be hesitant because I don't want to step on no toes. Like if you got a sound dude and he like, this is my sound and I know what I'm doing and blah, blah, blah. Okay. I'm not going to step on nobody's toes. He might know more than me. And I'm not trying to, but a lot of churches, especially a lot of small churches, they just have somebody volunteering who maybe don't know a whole lot about sound or video or any of that kind of stuff. And they want help. Okay. So that's if you know of a church, Jerica says willing to travel a reasonable distance. I'm willing to travel a reasonable distance. I know a church in North Carolina. Nah, I'm not going to North Carolina. I'm not going to North Carolina. But if it's a reasonable distance, sure. I just want to see some of the black churches with, the preachers has got good word and they want to share it with the people and it's out there. Maybe it can look and sound a little better. That's it. All right. I got to get ready to get out of here. Got to go figure out this shirt and then, make sure that my plan works. 9 colors on a 6-color press. One of the colors being underbase. We'll see what happens. I want y'all to get out and enjoy. Jack says if he doesn't know what distortion is, that's proof right there. You don't want this guy hooking up sound for you. All right, I'm comfortable with that. And trolling me, don't bother me at all, Jack. Go for it. Have a ball. And I will try to respond to most of the things that you are trolling just because it's fun. So that's fine. That's fine. But yeah, I got to get out of here. I appreciate y'all hanging out with me. And as always, as you are out and about enjoying your day, be the reason that somebody smiles. Till next time, I'm out, y'all. Peace.